Hey Vika, that was
Hi.
well played. Congrats.
Thank you.
You seem like you'd be fired up to play anybody in the semifinals, but judging from what I saw in your post-match interviews, you are really, really fired up to face Serena. So, what about facing her here in New York excites you so much?
Not necessarily New York. I love playing against Serena. I think we had one of the best matches, at least that I played in my career against her. We always played on big stages, and it was a lot of big fights. And she's one of the players who pushed me to the limit, who makes me better, and so I'm excited for that. It's been a while since we played. I think the last time was what is it, Indian Wells?
Indian Wells
Yeah, I
last
think
year.
we both
Yeah.
were not really playing well at that time. So I think the semifinal of a Grand Slam is a different stage. It's going to be a different fight, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Chris. Let's go to Cindy from the New York Times. Cindy, you are live.
Hey, Vika, can you remember the last time you played that complete a match and had that much fun in doing so?
I mean, I have fun on every match, so it's not because I played the score line today this way is makes me happy or not. Actually, I enjoy the tight battles as much as I did today. But I felt that today I really executed the game very precisely. I was moving really well. I saw the ball very long. It was long on my racket. I saw it where I needed to see it. So I felt that I played well. Yeah, I found all the right answers to everything she was trying to make today and more. So I'm very happy with that today.
Let us go to Nina from tennis.com. Nina, you are live.
Hey, Vika, you mentioned your mom is cooking at your house here in New York. Can you share what the house life is like and what's she cooking?
She's cooking. She's can cook anything. She's one of the best cooks I've ever seen in my life, and I've been to Michelin star restaurants, so I'm gonna give all props to my mom. She's the best. She's been cooking every day different meals. Sometimes she makes 2 main courses. It's like a restaurant, seriously. I'm very, very spoiled that way. My team are spoiled as well, so we've been enjoying some home cooked meals, which is something that is so precious in the bubble life. So I definitely have the advantage of that.
Thank you. Let's go to Bill from Inside Tennis. Bill, you're live.
Hey, Vika.
Hi, Bill.
Way to go. Well done. Hi. On court, you mentioned that in the past, tennis wasn't much fun. It's a real job, real tough to lose, weren't enjoying it. And you made this pretty incredible transformation in the context of a press conference. Can you just take a moment and explain how you made this incredible change?
Well, I think when you're young, at least for me that was, you identify yourself, as a tennis player. So it's basically your life as a tennis player, and you get judged when you win, you lose, and you sometimes don't know how to dissociate tennis from your life and who you are as a person, because who you are as a person doesn't change based on the winning or losing result. And I think when you're young, it's very hard to accept that. It's hard to accept losses. I think what I've done really well before is that I do learn from my losses, even though, sometimes you keep repeating the same mistakes. But the way I see myself now on the tennis court, is that I don't necessarily put myself into a point where I'm going to be just this, or this result is what matters. Everything is an experience for me. I live in the moment. I enjoy the moment, no matter what it is, and I take life as it comes. So it took me a long road to come here, with a lot of struggles, with a lot of understanding, and forcing me to find this route, this path, if you can say that. But I'm here and I'm happy. I can definitely say that this is the most exciting part for me. I mean, being in the semifinal of a Grand Slam is a blessing for sure. It's an amazing opportunity, but the way I feel about myself, about my tennis about my life is the biggest win for me right now, and I hopefully it's just the beginning for me, and I continue to go on this path.
Thank you very much, Bill. Let's go to Kara from VRT. Kara, you are live with Vika.
Hi, Vika. Congratulations on the win. This was the first time you played against Elise Mertens. What did you think about her game and of her as a player?
I thought that she's great at using the pace and surprising an opponent with, very fast shots, but like redirecting the ball. Her backhand on the line was great. Sometimes it's hard to see where it's coming from. But I felt that today, I just knew what she was going to do. And I did my part really well. I didn't let her play the game that she likes, taking the ball early, take time away from you, move opponent around. She can create really good angles with her backhand. So I felt that I really made her, move a lot and into uncomfortable spots. But I think she's a great player. I've seen her play well. I mean, I know the scoreline is like was this way, and I played well. But she's an incredible player, and I'm sure we'll meet again. It will be an interesting match again.
If you could look to the blue monitor to your left, Willie Weinbaum of ESPN, you said you really enjoy playing against Serena. What are the reasons you enjoy it so much?
It's very simple. I like playing against the best, and that's where you see yourself, your level, the biggest challenge. That's what motivates me. That's what I'm working hard for, to play on the biggest stages against the best players. And there's no one as tough mentally as Serena, so I love that challenge.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to Craig from Crosscourt. Craig, you are live.
Vika, do you think, how different or similar do you think that this next match is going to be from the number of matches you'll have played in the past? Putting aside Indian Wells, because that was not that long ago, but when you think back to some of the other epics that you'll have played, do you think it's going to be similar or quite different this time around?
I really don't think about it. I don't predict. I'm just going to go out there and do my best. I don't need to think about what's going to happen, because it's a waste of my time. And my time is very precious for me, so I'm going to enjoy it.
Let's go to Ubaldo from La Nación. Ubaldo, you are live.
Hi, congratulations, and for 10 wins, not just for tonight. So 10 wins were almost unexpected by someone who had won the last match in August 17 or 19, in 2019. So how do you react to that? Are you getting every day more surprised? I say, oh, I am back, I'm the same one of 7 years ago, or you don't even think of?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't count the wins, to be honest. I definitely don't want to look back on the old times. There's no point of that. I'm just really excited for every match that I'm going to play. It's like a puzzle that I need to solve every time. And that's what motivates me to keep working hard, to keep exploring my own experience. So I absolutely don't waste any time thinking about those things.
Let's go to Courtney from the WTA. Courtney, you are live.
Hello, Vika. What have you learned about your game and about yourself, maybe, in these matches with Serena? It's the ultimate test. You've been able to, push her. You've gotten those wins. What has it taught you?
Well, first of all, some wins are painful. So I always know one thing: the match is never over, and I think the same goes on the other side. That no matter what the score is, the match is never going to be over. So that's, I think, the most visible lesson that we can learn. In terms of tactics, at this point, there are players who can have a certain tactic, but they're so good at adapting those and changing when it's needed and coming up with solutions. So that is something that you just not necessarily can be prepared for. But knowing that the match is never over, for sure, that's the most visible part.
Thank you. Let's go to Tumani from Guardian. Tumani, you are live.
Hi, Vika. You talked the other day about kind of rediscovering your brand of tennis and like pushing up to the baseline, taking the ball early, that kind of thing. I'm curious just how difficult physically and mentally.
Could you repeat? I rediscovered. I couldn't understand the beginning, please.
I said like rediscovering your brand of tennis, like your style of tennis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so like pushing up to the baseline and that kind of thing. So I'm just curious, like how difficult is it physically and mentally to play like that? There are many players with big strokes and that's all, but I'd say not many people play your style of play.
Well, I think that the hard part of playing is not necessarily there. It's not that it's harder to play. I think to be able to be prepared for that, that's where the hard work comes in, is the hours that you spend on the court before in the gym and everything, to be able to sustain that level match after match after match. So it's a big amount of time where you put in that after that, it's you kind of rely on that work, and okay, I've done that before. I practice harder than I play, for sure, so that helps me going into the match knowing that it's not going to be as hard as my practice. So that makes me physically very, very confident, and I've always kind of felt that way, that I always practice harder. It's just sometimes I've been more distracted than now.
Let's go back to Cindy from the New York Times, who has a follow-up. Cindy, you are live.
I didn't know I had a follow-up, but thank you. I'll always take that opportunity. You talk about, your ability to rebound and to be able to fight through this. What is it about you, Vika? Is it your life experience that makes you such a fighter?
Yeah, I mean, where I grew up is a tough place, and the way I grew up is not an easy place. So from a kid, I've been conditioned to adversity. And I've taken that adversity as a challenge to push me and get better. And I'm grateful for that. It makes me tougher. But where I come from, we have tough people. And I love that.
Thank you. Let's go to Leonardo from Columbia Co. Leonardo, you are live.
Hi, Vika. Congratulations. Yeah, what do you think is the secret, the strategy to be able to defeat Serena and qualify for the U.S. Open final?
Well, if it's a secret, why would I tell you that?
Tell us, please.
No, there's no secret. There's no secret. It's just the good execution and being able to fight for every ball. But there's no secret. I think if there was a secret, I wouldn't be 24 or what is it, 22. I don't even know our record. If I knew the secret.
Okay, Vika, we have two more questions. We have two more follow-ups, Craig and Ubaldo, and then we have to wrap it up. Craig, you're live.
Vika, if you were to be writing a story on what you've done and what you've achieved, how would you start it? What would be your opening lines on yourself?
Oh, it's way too early, but I'm telling you one thing. From last year's November through January, I can write 3 books of what have happened to me. So the opening line, I have no idea. It's too early for that.
And the final question, Ubaldo, final question. You're live.
Hi, Vika. Yes. About all the matches that you have played versus Serena, which one you think you will remember forever, and which one you would like to forget?
It's a good question. I don't think I would want to forget anything, to be honest. I think we've built a lot of memories to remember. So there's been a lot of great matches. I think it might be quite hard to pick one. I think one of my favorites was Cincinnati final. I think it was just a great match. It was super tight. But we had so many great battles, you know, when I won or when I lost. There's a lot of good matches. So I'm sure I will remember all of them because it's part of the history. It's part of what I went through. So I would like to keep all those memories.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Great job. Thank you, Vika. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.